Hello, I'm Sarah Myers. I'm the curator of Poplar Hill Mansion. Welcome to our virtual tour. Poplar Hill Mansion is an historic house museum located near beautiful historic downtown Salisbury, Maryland. The museum interprets the federal period in American history through the lives of the individuals who lived in 1805 Manor House. We invite you to come and walk among the furnishings of the early 1800s, learn about medicine of this time period, as Dr. Houston was Salisbury's first surgeon who had his medical practice in the home, making Poplar Hill Mansion Salisbury's first hospital, and see the exhibits about life in the period of America's early history. The foundation of the home was laid in 1795. In 1805, the title was passed to a prominent physician in Salisbury, Dr. John Houston, who moved in with his family and completed the home. They chose the finishing touches, including the paint colors, which can be seen today in the restored house. The first floor is divided visually in two, with the front hall separated from the rear stair hall by an intricately carved segmental arch. On the east side is a large rectangular dining space, while on the west half is divided into two nearly equal-sized rooms. Dr. Houston, who undertook the completion of the interior in 1805, was likely responsible for the high level of delicacy found in the intricate federal or neoclassical woodwork. It is unsurpassed for a house on the lower eastern shore of Maryland. Finely detailed Palladian windows grace the hall leading to the second floor and the south exposure over the front door. At the east and west roof elevations are fine bullseye windows, unique to an eastern shore house. Many window lights and floorboards are original, as is the brass hardware on the doors, which include the original keys. There are 4.5 levels, a full English cellar with outside and inside entrances, 2 furnished floors, and the third floor attic, which served as the living quarters for the enslaved people, with a high loft above made accessible by the original wooden ladder. Dr. John Houston tried to raise the funds to build a hospital in Salisbury to no avail. Instead, he had to practice his trade in his home, in the room originally intended as a drawing room. Dr. Houston was a well-respected surgeon and was one of the founding members of what is today the Maryland Medical Association. He attended classes at the University of Pennsylvania, the best medical school in America at the time. Poplar Hill Mansion opened the surgery room exhibit in 2017 to show what a typical surgery room looked like in the early 1800s. The exhibit was the winner of the Beach to Bay Heritage Council 2018 Award for Best Heritage Interpretation. The other furnished exhibits in the mansion include the formal dining room, the parlor featuring an 1810 Joshua Thurston pianoforte, which has been restored back to working order, a keeping room, which was an extension of the kitchen and features a Ralph Brothers cabinet made in Sussex County, Delaware. The nursery, where Dr. Houston's 4 daughters would have spent the majority of their time, and the upstairs hallway, also currently housing an exhibit about childhood in the early 1800s, featuring toys and miniatures used by children and showing how play influenced adulthood. When the doctor died in 1828, a full inventory of his estate was taken, listing all the furnishings within the house and surrounding buildings, giving us a glimpse at how the people lived during his time. Houston's widow, Sarah, inherited the property after the doctor's death. She partially subdivided it, overseeing the laying out of Poplar Hill Avenue and Isabella Street. This is the period in which the house acquired the nickname Poplar Hill Mansion. The original drive of the house was lined with Lombardy poplar trees, and residents referred to the property as the farm on Poplar Hill. The mansion was owned by the Houston family up until 1881, when the eldest daughter sold it off. Subsequent families owned the house until 1970, when Mrs. Garber owned the property. They operated an antique store on the first level of the house and lived upstairs. Mrs. Garber sold the property to the Maryland Historical Trust in 1970, and eventually they gifted it in 1974 to the City of Salisbury. The City of Salisbury continues to operate the mansion today, and an advisory board, the Friends of Poplar Hill Mansion, was established in 1975 to help efforts to maintain the house as a museum. Thank you for joining us on our virtual tour. We hope to see you at Poplar Hill Mansion soon.